The first piece is posture. We start with our feet wide, our toes forward, our knees slightly bent. We imagine that we have a weight, a 10,000-pound weight pulling down on our tailbone and a string pulling up on the top of our head to lengthen and stretch the spine. Our shoulders are down and relaxed and our armpits are open. We want all of our joints to be open and easy. It does feel like I have a little bit more weight or more effort being used in my legs to help hold my body up. But that's helping to strengthen the legs, which often have gotten to be weakened by our lack of activity. And then my head is pushed up gently towards the ceiling so that the chin is gently tucked. Breathing down deeply into the belly. That's the second correction. Oftentimes we breathe only up into the upper chest, so we take a deep breath and our shoulders go up and we're breathing all up here. But the lungs are shaped like triangles, and so really we want to breathe down into the bottom of the lungs using the diaphragm, the big muscle that was meant for breathing. So as we breathe in, flattening the diaphragm, the belly tends to look like it puffs out a bit. And then as we breathe out, relaxing the diaphragm, air comes back out, the belly goes back in. So even though we call this belly breathing, we're really breathing using our diaphragm, which is the natural way that our body was meant to breathe. If you're having troubles breathing like this, sometimes it helps to imagine blowing out a candle and then taking that deep breath in to expand the belly. Eventually we want to get to a place where we can breathe in naturally, deep down into the belly. And then if we need to take a really deep breath, the belly, and then up into the upper chest. But for most of the time, it's good enough just to breathe down deep into the belly, into the base of the lungs. This breathing with the diaphragm down into the base of the lungs, this diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, naturally signals our body to relax. So just like Grandma said, you get upset, take some deep breaths, and you'll relax. It works. Usually it takes about 10 or 12 deep breaths for the body to relax. And then the third correction is on our mind and our focus. Oftentimes we're busy worrying about what might happen in the future, or being fearful or critical of what has happened in the past. And really we want to spend most of our time in the present moment. So while it's helpful to learn from our mistakes, and it's helpful to plan for the future, we should really only spend about 10% of our day in the past or in the future. And the majority of our time should be spent in the present moment, actually experiencing our life and dealing with things as they occur real time. And so bringing our focus back into the present moment helps us to relax as well. Oftentimes people will use meditation, whether it's moving meditation or sitting meditation, to help themselves relax and come back into the present moment. But we can just follow our breath and pay attention to our movements. Qigong uses repetitive movement to help us relax. So just like we might rock a baby or a young child might rock themselves, repetitive movement helps us to relax. So you'll notice in these Qigong exercises that we're using this repetitive movement to help us to relax, to stimulate the body to relax. We're also using the deep breathing and that present moment focus, that meditative focus, to also help ourselves relax. Each of those three things individually stimulates the relaxation response in the body. So you can see when we're using all three at the same time, we can get a very good effect.